Hello and welcome to Module 5.1, Managing Your Online Presence. Now, in this module, we're going to be covering several strategies, hacks, and secrets that will take your online presence from flat to fluffy in no time. So, let's dive into the content. Now, managing your online presence is extremely important if you want to start getting noticed and enjoying success from your website and social media marketing efforts. The big thing is first impressions count. So we're going to be talking about what your customers experience when they first encounter your website. Imagine if you were planning a dinner party and you wanted to make a great impression for your guests. You'd make sure the food's deliciously prepared and well presented. You'd also make sure the desserts, drinks, and the atmosphere are on point, wouldn't you? And if you're anything like me, you'd probably clean the house from top to bottom the night previous, am I right? Now, why would you do this? No doubt you'd want to make a great impression and you'd want your guests to have the best experience possible. But ultimately, you'd want them to come back and say nice things about you, right? Now, the same is to be said for your online presence. You have to make sure all your digital assets from your blog to your social media pages are fully optimized so that your online experience is one that keeps your ideal clients coming back for more and telling others about their experience and building a fan base you can leverage to add more value to your brand and increase your overall visibility. Optimizing your online presence is quite like planning the perfect dinner party, getting the house in order, making sure everything is well presented. The food, which is your content, is delicious and it's good enough so that people come back, buy your products, and engage with you because they enjoy doing so and they trust that they're in good hands with your product or service. Not optimizing your online presence will cost you money and opportunities. Optimize your website and its discoverability. Think like a media owner and start building a fan base. Build relationships with people online and offline and create valuable content for your audience. So, not doing this will seriously harm your business in the long run. So, for example, what would happen if you were suddenly given the opportunity to go on TV and be interviewed about your business? And after the interview, millions of viewers flock to your website or social media to find a dead, uninspiring, and underwhelming website with little to no valuable content, nothing to hook them in. They'd bounce from your website and never to return again. And the worst thing is that you'd never get a chance to re-engage them again. And that would be certainly a huge shame and a waste of opportunity. But if you stay ready, you never need to get ready. If you've correctly optimized your digital assets, when an opportunity like that comes along, you'll be in a great position to capitalize by capturing leads, making sales, and more importantly, building relationships with your ideal consumers, which adds huge value to your brand in the long term. So how easy is it for customers to find you right now? Where can people find you right now? I want you to seriously think about that for a second. How easy is it for your ideal clients to find you currently? What's your position in Google when people search for what you're offering? If you're on the front page of Google or Bing, that's marvelous. Although you shouldn't rest on your laurels even if that's the case. If you're visible in Google for a few important keywords, that's a great start, but it's only one piece of the jigsaw puzzle. Our job in this module is to prepare your website and your social media platforms to get ultimate visibility, shareability, and what I like to call stickiness, so that even if you're not on the front page of Google, you have so many other things working in your favor to help you get noticed, it doesn't even matter. Let's look at the various online spaces you should be focused on to build your online presence. So let's start with the user experience and accessibility. So the first thing is your website. Your number one salesperson, it's your portable cash register, has the ability of traveling all around the world, making money for you even when you sleep. But it has to be supported by a system which we call a sales funnel. We talk more about sales funnels in a future module, but basically it's a mechanism that takes your customer from point A to point B. So from being a browser to a lead to a prospect and to a paying customer. So there's a process. So the sales funnel takes your customer through a process of conversion. Now, is your site mobile and tablet friendly? Until now, having a mobile-friendly website used to be a luxury. For the first time, there are now more people than ever doing internet searches on mobile devices, and there's more people doing mobile searches than there are doing desktop searches at the moment. So it's actually surpassed desktop and laptop use. And also, Google is giving better search rankings to websites that are mobile friendly and penalizing those that aren't. A mobile friendly site makes for a much better user experience for your customers, especially as they'll more than likely discover you from one of your social media posts or a quick Google search from their iPhone, for example. You don't want to frustrate them by making them pinch and zoom just to read your content. So this is an example of Google showing websites that are mobile friendly and giving them preferential treatment. Further to what I said about mobile web usage, there's some stats that come from ComScore that show where mobile usage has actually overlapped and overtaken desktop usage on the internet, and something to be aware of. So you've got to make sure that everything you do online is mobile compatible. Let's talk about website loading times. Now, load time is a major factor when it comes to Google ranking and abandonment. If your site takes too long to load, your visitors will simply keep it moving and find somewhere else to get the information they're seeking. As a rule of thumb, it's ideal to have a site that loads within 5 seconds. If your site takes longer than that to load, you can improve your load times by optimizing your graphics and making sure that your homepage doesn't have too much bandwidth intensive elements such as background videos or uncompressed images or audio. Certain pieces of code or plugins can actually affect your load times badly, and WordPress users can install a free plugin called P3 Plugin Performance Profiler, and this plugin will actually let you know what plugins might be potentially slowing your website down. Let's talk about clarity. There's a 5-second test, and basically when a visitor lands on your website, they should be able to understand what your business is about within 5 seconds. So they shouldn't have to work too hard to know if they're in the right place or not. So ideally a tagline, a slogan right at the top, a headline that communicates what you do, that's enough to let people know that they're in the right place. So for example, one of my clients, this is her website. She has a clear tagline describing what she offers and an image of her product that reinforces the message. So obviously people know that they're in the right place when they see the wedding invites. So another example here, as soon as you go to the website for Lewis Howes, he's actually a business coach and entrepreneur, and one of my favorite podcasters as well. You should check out his podcast. If you look at the front page of his website, he's got a clear offer inside what's called the smart bar at the top, and also you can see what he does or what he's offering straight away as soon as you come to the page where it says, do what you love full time, I'll teach you how. So if you have any offers you want your customers to be aware of, those should be also placed above the fold. And when I talk about above the fold, it's the part of the website that you don't need to actually scroll to see. So it's the first part of the website, or the first half of the website before a user would need to scroll. So that needs to be positioned there. Let's talk about navigation. Your navigation should be clear, and it should be easy for your visitors to find what they're looking for quickly and without a fuss. Ideally, you should have no more than 6 navigation tabs on your homepage, and you should definitely avoid multiple drop downs. The more navigation tabs you have on your homepage, the more distraction you have from your main message or objective. Too many options causes confusion, and you know what they say, a confused mind decides nothing. Now let's talk about customer attraction and audience building really quickly. Now, if you've probably heard the term lead magnets or opt-in bribes. I like to call them sweets. And sweets are simply what a lot of people in marketing refer to as lead magnets. So these are free giveaways that you offer on your website to entice visitors to sign up to your email list. So for example, that could be a coupon code, a discount for first-time buyers, a free sample, for example. Depending on what you're selling, anything that's free and can be accessed instantly works really well as a suite, simply because the word free is so powerful, and generally free motivates people into action. So when they see free offers, it makes them, if they're sitting on the fence, then they see a free offer, they're more than likely to take some kind of action. Now, you need the help of some kind of automation system which will deliver the content to the visitor as soon as they've entered their details. Now, this is part of your sales funnel and something I'll be covering in detail inside the next few modules, so look out for that. And that perfectly segues into your email list. Now, your email list, this is money in the bank. You can literally push a button and make money in your business with an email list. And later in this program, you'll discover strategies to leverage email to plug the holes in your website and recover lost opportunity from those who didn't buy from you on their first visit. Search engine optimization. So let's talk about SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and it's the process of preparing your written content, your video, images, your video, your images and audio with the right keywords, titles and metadata so that your site can easily be found in search engines such as Google and Bing. H1 tags. Now, these are typically the largest size text on your website. For example, your headlines. Now, these are powerful because when Google, Yahoo or Bing index websites, they take into consideration what's written inside those tags and rank your site according to what's in there. It's not exclusive to just H1 tags. There are much more factors that influence your Google ranking. So it's not just H1 tags, but there is a benefit of making sure that your H1 tags are optimized and have keywords that people will be searching for in Google. So the Google search algorithm is much more complex than that, but that's one of the many pieces of the search ranking puzzle. So let's just say you sell organic massage oils. If your headline tags don't have the words organic massage oils anywhere in your site using those tags, you'll certainly rank lower in the search engines than if you were to have those tags or those terms somewhere in your website as a H1 title tag. So those have quite a lot of authority on your website, and making sure that you have pages on your site that have your most important keywords as titles will help improve the discoverability of your site quite a lot. So for example, this is where it says portfolio. That's a H1 tag, just to let you know exactly what it looks like. So it's the largest piece of text on your website. So those should be populated with keywords that should help you rank. So here's a hot tip. When you write a blog or add a new page to your site, make sure that your title or headline contains the search terms that your customers will be using on Google or Yahoo or Bing to actually find you. And there's a smart way to find out what these terms are by doing a little keyword research, which I cover in a separate module, but it's quite straightforward to do, and I'll be demonstrating how you can actually do that. Moving on to alt tags. Alt tags are another way of optimizing your website, so they help search engines index your images. Alt tags are labels that you give your images when you upload them to your website, so just another way of providing the web browsers with a description of the image you've uploaded. They're read by audio screen readers, where it's possible to display an image, which helps with accessibility for those who are visually impaired. So search engines are quite favorable towards websites that ensure that all their images are alt tagged, because it makes for a better user experience for all. Another benefit of alt tags is that when your alt tags are congruent with your keywords and your content, it can actually boost your search rankings. So here's a hot tip. Make sure you label all your alt tags and make sure it contains irrelevant search keywords as well as a description of the item in the picture. For example, rather than labeling your image green massage oil, you can give the alt tag organic massage oils or green massage oil. So there you've doubled up on the keyword density while being descriptive at the same time. Now, if you're using WordPress, you can use a free plugin called Yoast to actually help you with your keywords and your optimization. I'll leave a link below this video as well so you can grab that plugin. So let's look at content marketing. Content marketing gives you an unfair advantage over your competitors. So even if you're not number one for your keywords on Google, you can take on your competitors by attracting visitors on content such as videos, blogs, and podcasts, for example. So content marketing makes your website more shareable and gives you massive opportunity to exponentially increase your reach and visibility. So that's why you've got to have an integrated blog with relevant content. Now, the minute you start creating content that's going to be picked up by the search engines as relevant to your industry or niche, Google is going to reward you with highly targeted organic traffic. Now, when you create useful and shareable content such as how-to guides, checklists, and reviews, for example, your website will naturally start to attract people who are looking for your information related to your products or services. Now, that's what's known as content marketing or attraction marketing. Now, let's talk about social media. Social media, we simply can't deny the power of social media right now for one reason, and that's where the eyeballs are. Think of this as the world's biggest billboard on which you can show your message to the exact types of people in your target audience while filtering out those who aren't. This means you attract only the customers who are most suitable for your product. Unlike traditional advertising, there is no money wasted showing it to people who are outside of your target audience if you set up your ads correctly. Let's talk about social media buttons. Now, social media buttons increase shareability and engagement. To make it easy for people to share your website, you should have some kind of social sharing integrated into your website. Now, this is usually on the side or above and below blog posts. You should also make it easy for people to connect with your brand on social media by having social media buttons below your main content or sidebar on your page. Now, let's look at Facebook. Facebook is the only social media network I'm going to mention in this module for now, because it is simply a powerhouse when it comes to getting visibility for your business. So today, Facebook is the most powerful social network for gaining visibility fast, especially when you use their paid advertising network. So here's a hot tip. If you can focus on one main platform where you build an audience, and you can of course cross promote from there to other networks so that you don't spread yourself too thinly, but you should definitely consider Facebook advertising, and we're going to be talking more about that in future modules, and also the live training, because Facebook changes so quickly. It wouldn't be practical to have recorded tutorials on Facebook, and that's something that's going to be inside the inner circle webinars and live trainings, so look out for that. So just to review, we talked about website optimization, the mindset of being a publisher and media owner, which is really important. Discovery is key. Discoverability is key. Start building an email list. So you want to stop focusing on rented space. So you want to focus on building your own assets so that you can have on-demand traffic for yourself that nobody else controls but you. So you've got to be active on social media. That's really important. When you first start out, you should definitely focus on building one platform at a time. And if you can, master Facebook specifically for its targeting capabilities with its paid ad platform. So now we know the most important places to focus on for gaining more visibility and making sure you set a solid foundation for your online presence. And we'll dive into the practicalities of making this happen for you and your business in the following modules. So congratulations, you have completed this module successfully, and I hope to see you inside the next training. Bye for now.